So then we have another artist here. He's a contemporary artist based in Mumbai. His name is Sajid Wadid Sheikh. These are mosaic tiles that he's worked with. These are glass and ceramic tiles, and he's able to create these very engaging pieces that once you're up close, you're able to sort of understand what imagery he's coming up with. And he uses these really brightly colored tiles to create these beautiful pieces. And moving forward, this is my favorite piece in this booth that we have. This is by a Japanese artist. Her name is Mari Ito. She's based in Barcelona since 2006. And this is a very, very playful sort of imagery as you see here. And she combines both Mediterranean, Spanish influences in her themes and her motifs and her palette. But she's also very, very Japanese in terms of her material use, in terms of her expression, and all those things. So Japan is a very sensitive society, but it's also quite closed off. In contrast, there's Spain, where people are very, very open and they're loud. So that she's able to bridge the West and the East with her artworks. And these two are also by her. These two artworks are by artist called Yusuke Asai. He's also a Japanese artist. His usual practice is large-scale murals. He's painted across the world. He's been in India quite often. And this piece right here is very, very special because this takes inspiration from indigenous artistic styles from India as well, since he's been in India, in Maharashtra, Bihar, Leh, etc. And I would like to bring you closer and give you an idea of how this piece is an amalgamation of the Japanese and the Indian influences. So this portion right here, as you can see, goes from something very Indian to something very Japanese, and the border right here is inspired by the Madhubani art. It's made of soil and oil paints. And then we move on to another piece by a contemporary Japanese artist. Her name is Yuka Numata. She's able to bridge the digital as well as the reality. And she makes these pieces first digitally and is able to create glitches and come up with these imageries. So the ideas of a glitch, of a bug, of Photoshop and pixels is very, very digital concepts. But she's able to create them into a tangible output. And yeah, we're able to bring in a lot of material exploration as well. And the response has been so brilliant because people are so fascinated by the Japanese culture, and I believe India is now opening up to understanding how the art world in the world is looking like. And Japan, as usual, has a 100-year-old history behind each art piece that you see here. The artists from Japan are able to take their history and look at the future and create something that is uniquely their own. And once you look at these pieces, you're able to understand and grasp the Japanese influences. And this is by a very, very significant Japanese artist called Shun Sudo. He's also somebody who's able to bring in both influences from the West and the East together and create something that is his own language, his own art. I would like to point to this motif right here. It's called a button flower. He's able to combine a button and a flower together to create this motif. And he puts it very beautifully to explain it, that if the world was a jacket, then Japan would come at the end and tie it all together. So his message behind all the pieces that he does is about love, is about peace and all those things. And the two concepts that he brings in is very American graffiti-like motifs and colors, and then these strokes are able to translate into Japanese ink wash paintings called sumi-e. And yeah, he's amazing, and we've loved to introduce these Japanese artists to India. And I feel like since the time that we've been working in this industry, we've had amazing responses, and it's been a very, very dynamic space to be in. Yeah, this is also by Mari Ito, and then again by Goma. We've introduced him already. Shun Sudo again, and then there's Takashi Murakami. He's the biggest artist to have come out of Japan in the last 40 years. He's a blue chip artist, and these are silk screens by that artist. So these are very, very exclusive pieces. There are only 25 of these in the entire world. And this is a very, very complex process that he has mastered in his own studio. And he's able to come up with his own technique, his own formulation, his own mediums to come up with such intricate pieces of work. And lastly, we have another piece by Yuka Numata as a central piece, and I hope that this entire journey that we bring into Art Mumbai is able to engage people, invite them in, and create the maitri between cultures right now that we're doing between India and Japan, and the bridge that we're trying to make within the dialogue of the two countries. And it's been amazing, and the Indian audience especially has been really, really responsive of their fascination and their adoration for Japan.